Hello everyone. In today's video we will see how to find the molecular mass of elements and compounds. So let's see. For example, we got a molecule that is H2. Okay, from the periodic table, you'll find the atomic mass of hydrogen that would be 1. So we'll make it 1 times 2 because there are two atoms of hydrogen. So you'll get 2 is the molecular mass of hydrogen. Remember, there are no units for the molecular mass. We can have element like oxygen. The atomic mass of oxygen is 16, so 16 times 2 will make it 32. So oxygen, is a gas. So whenever in any question it is said that you got an oxygen gas, so you'll use it O2. If specifically mentioned like oxygen atoms, then we will take it as O only. Otherwise, if it is said that you have a gaseous oxygen, take it O2. Similarly, we can have like N2. 14 times 2 will make it 28. Chlorine is 35.5 times 2 will make it 71. Similarly, we can have other molecules that are slightly bigger. For example, we have P4. So phosphorus is 31. So 31 times 4 will give you 124 is the molecular mass of phosphorus. So similarly, any element we can have and find its molecular mass. Similarly, we can find the molecular mass for the compounds as well. For example, we got carbon monoxide. Now in this compound you got carbon and oxygen. The atomic mass of carbon is 12 and plus oxygen is 16. So total it will give you 28. Similarly, we have like water, H2O. In H2O you got hydrogen. Hydrogen atomic mass is 1, makes it times 2, and then plus you will add up the atomic mass of oxygen, that is 16. So we will have 2 plus 16, 18 is the molecular mass of water. For example, we got carbon dioxide, CO2. Carbon is 12, oxygen is 16 times 2. So it's 32 plus 12, that will make it 44. For example, we have CH3OH. How to find the molecular mass of this? So carbon is 12 from the periodic table plus hydrogen is 1 times 3 plus oxygen is 16, hydrogen is 1. So we'll add up together and get the answer. So it would be 32. Okay. We can have compounds like C6H12O6. So carbon is 12 times 6, hydrogen is 1 times 12 plus oxygen is 16 times 6. So the total of this it will give you 180. Let's say we got sulfuric acid H2SO4. Hydrogen is 1 times 2 plus sulfur is 32 plus oxygen is 16 times 4. So that will give you a total of 98. Okay, now let's see if there are compounds with formula like you have ammonium sulphate like this, NH4 twice SO4. Now, what does this 2 means? This 2 actually it is getting multiplied with both nitrogen and hydrogen. So actually we will have 2 nitrogens and 8 hydrogens right now in this case. So let's write. Nitrogen is 14, okay, and this 2 will get multiplied with it. So make it 14 times 2 plus hydrogen is 1 and hydrogens they are 8 in number because 4 2s are 8. So 1 times 8 plus sulfur is 32, oxygen is 16 times 4. So that will be the molecular mass. So the answer for this is 132. So let's see some more examples. For example, we got calcium nitrate, CaNO3 twice. Now in this case, calcium is 40 plus there are 2 nitrogens and 6 oxygens. So we'll write it as, or you can write it in another way, like we can say that we got 14 plus oxygen is 16 times 3, and they both are getting multiplied by 2. That is also a good handy way to solve this. Okay, right, it's 40, then use a bracket, put the mass 14 for nitrogen, oxygen is 16 times 3, and they both are getting multiplied by 2. That will be a good idea and the less chances of errors in this case. So the answer is 164. Okay, so these are some molecular mass. Let's see some more examples. So for example, we got a compound CH3COOH. This is ethanoic acid. Now let's find the molecular mass of this. Carbon is 12 plus hydrogen is 1 times 3 plus carbon is again 12 plus there are two oxygens, so make it 16 times 2 plus 1 of hydrogen. So we'll add up and find the answer. So the answer for this is 60. Fine. Now let's find the molecular mass of a compound with water of crystallization. For example, you have CaSO4 dot 2H2O. Now the the 2H2O is actually, they are called as water of crystallization. Okay, and such compounds, they are known as hydrated compounds. So calcium sulfate is hydrated with 2 water of crystallization. So let's try to find the molecular mass of this. Calcium is 40, sulfur is 32 plus oxygen is 16 times 4. Fine, we have done up to this. Now what about this dot? You will actually use a plus for the dot, and then we got 2 times, better to use a bracket over here to make it 2 times with H2O. H is 1 times 2 plus 16. So in this way again there will be less chances of errors if you write this 2 outside the bracket and put in all these atomic masses inside the bracket. So let's add up together. So it's 136 without water and plus 2 times 18, that will be 36 of water. So the total would be 172. Let's take another example. For example, we have copper sulfate CuSO4 dot 5H2O. So copper is 64, sulfur is 32, oxygen is 16 times 4 plus the dot will be plus 5, the bracket inside we got 1 times 2 plus 16. So this one, it will be 64 plus 32 plus 64, that will give you 160 plus 16, 18 times 5. So it would be 18 times 5 would be 90. So the total molecular mass will be 250 for the copper sulfate dot 5H2O. So in this way we can find the molecular masses of elements and compounds. Hope you have understood all this stuff. So you'll learn more chemistry in the next upcoming videos. Till then, goodbye.